Good morning, everybody. Long time no see. Hopefully, grabbed a coffee. Had a very busy, tiring weekend. Hey, Tom Tom, how's it going? How was your weekend? Oh, turn this down. Hi, teasers, pleasers, how's it going? Long time no see. Just turning on my computer here. It shut off earlier. My computer just turned off and I couldn't turn it back on. You've been sick? Yeah, we've had a very tiring weekend. My youngest, um we went to the doctor's finally on Thursday, and got blood tests and stuff, and she is low hemoglobin and low iron. Not as low as she has been in the past, because about 3 years ago she was really low, and then 4 years ago she was extremely low that they had to do blood transfusions. Still no reason as to why. So far this time it's not that low that we don't have to go to the hospital, so that's good, yay. But waiting for that call was very stressful. So now she's on iron supplements, and hi Iron Fire Horse, hi Columbia fan, and Raising Ray's Tribe. How's it going? Lots of love, everybody. So um, we're still waiting back for some tests to come back. They did um, 6 vials of blood, but there's like 11 tests or whatever. We got most of the tests back Friday and Saturday. There's some that are taking longer. So, okay, you'll be back, Raising Tribe. See you back in a bit. So we're still waiting for some tests. So from here on, I think they might send us to hematology or whatever. We were there last time, but they still never found, like the last 2 times when it was significantly low, they never found out what the major cause was. They found like a tiny cause, but it was not like a major thing to cause that much thing. So she's already always been like, defying science. As last time when we were admitted, they had like brought in a bunch of different hematology doctors from around the area to come and discuss her case and stuff like that, because nothing was going by the books, because she's been lethargic and tired. Like this whole weekend, she's basically slept majority of it. And when she's been up and alert, and then she was like all of a sudden exhausted, but then either sleeping or just tired. But we're trying a new iron supplement. So, my youngest, this past 2 weeks she's been tired. Well, we've got that, and so trying to force her to go to the doctors. She's 15, going to be 16. It took till Thursday, going, okay, this is the third day that, I've had to pick you up from school. You're exhausted. I can't get you moving in the morning. We need to go to the doctors. You need to get blood tests. So I've called the doctor to go, hey, we've done this before. I'm seeing these symptoms, but there's now new symptoms, so some different ones. So, which could be because of this or on top of something else. But, so, that's the fun stuff. She's like the last 2 times, like they tested her for all these rare anemias, and they did like if she was allergic to like wheat, if she was celiac, or allergic to milk, or allergic to sugar, or allergic to stuff, because all those things cause your body to be anemic and stuff like that, or cause stomach issues as well, which can cause anemia if there's like ulcers or something like that. But none of that stuff came back. positive. So it's like, we're like, okay, just. So yeah, so if feel free whenever this live stream is done, if you could come back and put down comments below of anything that you can do to help with iron. We've been doing a lot of stuff. Some things she doesn't like to eat. Like I can't do liver for her for that stuff, but she'll eat liverwurst. So we had that this weekend. She does like green vegetables. I hide a lot of green vegetables in stuff like sauces. Like she'll eat pasta, so that's the good thing. Um, and she does eat meat, so so it's not like if you've ever seen her lunches and some of the meals that we have. There's always meat and there's always vegetables and stuff like that. Um, but just other. If you found any iron supplements that work for you, so we're trying this new. Oops, I want to knock you over. This new one, which is called, it's a powder. So this one's supposed to be not. Oh, here it is. Here's the box. Ugh. I just knocked on the ground. So far, this one, Faramax powder. They want her to be on about 80 milligrams 3 times a day. So this can do 75 milligrams 3 times a day because it's in 50 milligram doses. So, and the doctor said that's fine. He was just giving like a number to try. Or my kids became an it's a product called Floridix. Okay, because we got Faramax. That so far has not caused her to be nauseous. When we've, because last 2 times we've just done iron pills, and even just taking them caused her to be nauseous, which then made her sick and not want to eat. Like, it's one of those, like, the symptoms were worse than the outcome. So today I got her to school, but she was already half an hour late because I had been playing Twisted Sister. Well, first I played ABBA, and then I played Twisted Sister for like an hour, loud in her room, and she wasn't moving. But finally got her to school. But the problem is she's in academic courses, so her first course is biology, which she needs to be there. She's missed the past 2 weeks. She's either missed the course or like the class completely, like either been that late, or she's missed part of it, or she's been sick. Eat more root veggies. Well, she eats potatoes, so she eats potatoes, so she doesn't like carrots. She'll eat potatoes. Yeah. Well, she'll eat beets. She'll eat pickled beets. So that's a root veggie. It's plant iron in liquid form from Germany. My midwives told me about when I almost couldn't have my first at home. Okay. I will, Faradix, because there was another one I found. I think that's probably Floridix. I'll go look. Tastes like citrus, kids. Okay, let's look at that. Because this one I got from the pharmacy. Okay, I checked online, it's cheaper online. But this is only going to last maybe 8 days. If I don't spill any. And it's $30 plus tax here. So I asked the doctor to give it as a prescription, and hopefully maybe we can get through the pharmacy. If not, we can at least submit the receipts for insurance. Not insurance, for taxes. Because I'm like, $30 a week. Okay, I'll look Floridix. Floridix. Is kind of steep. But I did see it online on Amazon. Because I checked on well.ca and Amazon. Amazon had it for $21, so that's a little bit cheaper. Okay, yeah, that was the other one. So there was Amazon Floridix liquid, Amazon. Let's look there. See, this one, each quarter of teaspoon is 15 milligrams of elemental iron. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's just as much. That's $29.75. Let's see how many how much is it, like, per teaspoon? Let me see. Depends on, but like I said, works fast and don't have to keep taking it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say it's the same price as the other one, but seeing how much dosage per 100 mils. That's not okay per 20 mils. 15 milligrams. So she would need. So that's yeah. Hey, Creative Redundancy, how's it going? So yeah, that one looks like to get the amount that she needs, one bottle would be 5 days worth. No, it wouldn't even be 5 days. Yeah, because she'd need like 100 mils 3 times a day. So that'd be 2 days worth. Yikes. Um, but might be, if it's better absorbed. See, this one's a powder that you mix with water. Hey, Aerosmith Boss. So yeah, at least there's that too another option. Gives you a boost without making your insides bleed, which kind of defeats the purpose of constipation or bleeding. Yes. So that's what. Yeah, I think that one's another one that might be. Hi Sherry, how's it going? That one might be one to have as well. If she gets sick of this one, too. Just that one, it seems, since it's liquid, maybe the tablets are better. Did you try the tablets or did you use the liquid? Hey everybody, hopefully you got coffee. We're talking about iron. So after this live stream, if you have any tips on iron-rich meals, feel free to comment below of them, as I'm trying to increase my daughter's iron. Like, I'm low in iron, like like slightly anemic, but that's because of just other stuff. But since taking just normal vitamins, which apparently I should have been taking, it's gone back to normal, like just on the low end of normal. So I never took the full amounts, and my levels came up fast medically. Okay, you took the liquid. So, but that's been a fun thing of this weekend. So we had her up. She slept basically. No, she went to school on Friday. She managed to barely get to school on time on Friday, but she had a field trip for her course, and she was exhausted. That I picked her up after her field trip because she was like passing out, and gave her her iron stuff. And then Saturday she slept Friday night. She did. Did she have? Yes, she got. What she got came down and had supper, and then she went back to bed and lied down. But the thing was, she wasn't sleeping, so she was like lying down and not quite sleeping. Iron rich, yes. Abby is low iron, low hemoglobin, not as low as she was before, and this happened. When she was 11, when she was 10 and 11, a year apart from her. When she was 10, she was significantly low. That when they did that test, they told us that the result came back within 3 hours. They called the doctor at home because the clinic was closed, called us at home at like 8 o'clock at night, said, "We've already called CHIO. You need to go to CHIO. CHIO is the Children's Hospitals of Eastern Ontario. You need to go there now. Not wait till I'm like, well, can't it wait till tomorrow? Because going to CHIO in the evening is awful. You're waiting like hours." And she's like, no, I've already called ahead. They're expecting you. Go with your health card. Plan to be admitted. I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, this is our first time that happened, 5 years ago, and did that, and then they immediately like gave her a blood transfusion because she had numbers so low it was as if she was in a car accident, like there was internal bleeding, but she wasn't. Um, so the following year, like then she was being observed by CHIO and by hematology and stuff like that, and they got her levels up. But with the blood transfusion, it automatically normally went up within, and then within 3 months, her own body had her own blood going. So that was good for a year. And then her numbers went down again. Not as low because we were seeing the symptoms again. We got blood work. And then, but this time they didn't do a transfusion. They just did trying to increase her iron with iron pills and stuff like that, and doing all these tests. That's when they did every test known to man. It seemed like endoscopy, colonoscopy, uh, CAT scan, MR. Like there was like so many blood tests every day. It was awful for her. Um, that took 2 weeks to get her numbers up to normal for them to discharge, and then she was okay like for a year and a half because we were doing, and then they stopped doing. They're like, okay, well maybe it was just something that her body was doing because there was no reason. And now, like I've been noticing a little bit, and she was like, I go, maybe your iron's low because she's being more lethargic or whatever, or she's just being a teenager. Like teenagers need a little bit more sleep. But no. So it took a while because getting a teenager to do anything is fun. So finally getting her to doctors and stuff. So now she's like, okay, take my word for it. I've it's not my first rodeo, right? I'm seeing these symptoms in you. I've been your primary care person. Take my word for it and just do the test. This time she didn't scream bloody murder. She screamed a little bit to get blood work, but it was not that bad. Oh, she loves beans. She loves chili. So this is the thing which we found hilarious is my daughter's diet. So even when we were in the hospital, she was eating iron-rich foods. Like she was like actually the good part. Like one part she loved about the hospital is that she could order food from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, and she could order salmon like 8 times a day. So she would order salmon because she loves salmon, right? I'm like, yeah. So, but she eats beans, she eats salmon, she eats any meat. Pick a meat, she'll eat it. Seafood, anything. Even escargot, like sardines, oyster, canned oysters, everything. I got to go. Quinoa. She doesn't like quinoa. I have been able to hide it in things. Nettle tea. Okay. I'm gonna make a note of it. Let's see where I can find it. I just on my computer, just typing nettle tea. Okay. Let's see, nettle tea, Canada. I'm just putting that in there as a. That she loves tea, so that might be an option too. Quinoa. I do have quinoa here. I have been able to hide it in things. Um, and and that's the thing is that she eats fairly well. So she eats green vegetables. So she loves Brussels sprouts raw. She likes salad. And I always do like romaine lettuce or that's more green than like iceberg or something like that. She likes broccoli. She likes beets. She likes spinach or kale chopped up really finely in a soup. Like when if I make the Olive Garden gnocchi soup, or there's a Dutch, I think Dutch potato and kale soup or something like that. She likes that one, so I can chop them up fine. And I also put kale when I make pesto. So she loves pesto. So I do like half kale, half basil. If I do more than kale, then she says the pesto tastes too green. Apparently, green has a taste. But yeah, quinoa. I could try doing some quinoa. She doesn't like quinoa as itself, like as a grain itself. She eats rice. She eats pasta. Those two at least have like iron enriched or whatever in the flour. Chaga tree is good for replacing low blood. Find that on birch tree. Okay, I'm gonna search for that tool. Or here, I should just open up Keep. Um, where's Keep? I love Keep. I put all these notes. Also, I'm feeling old. I just signed my daughter up for her, my other daughter, for college. We sent off applications to 3 programs at one college. You get charged. I thought it was charged per program, which I'm glad it's not. It's charged per college. So we chose the most recent, most closest one right now, um, and signed her up. And I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, she had grad photos this last week, and I'm like, you don't graduate till next June. I'm not ready for this. Oh, Keep is not on here. Maybe I just have to do a notepad. And Abby's going to be taking an extra year. So, here, I'm going to share. So I'll have at least a year between, I'll have 2 years between her and her sister, so that's good. And nettle tea. Bark Barn quinoa pasta is really good, high protein and stuff. Okay, I could try that. Because she does like pasta, so. Have her also take vitamin C with her fluoridic supplement from the doctor. Yes, so she's been. So this is the. So she'll drink. We've been purposely giving her orange juice too. Because she doesn't like carrots. She doesn't usually like. She likes oranges. So this week when I'm doing groceries tomorrow, I'm gonna be picking up tangerines or mandarins or whatever the little oranges are. She likes those, so I'll have that for in her lunch. Like she's been like if you look at her lunches, which I have some of them up. She always has like a fruit pouch which has like carrot, like like a mixture of vegetable and fruit, or peaches or something like that. And then she has some protein and she has some breads. Like today she has a lentil soup, which is lentils are great for iron. And she loved it. I made it. You'll see a video of it soon whenever it gets done. But it's a lemony curry lentil soup, really dirt cheap. Like it costs like $3 or less. Still free or did for Canada? Well, see, so they say tuition is free. I don't know. So I don't think so. You apply for OSAP, so it's not free tuition. So you still have to apply for OSAP, but a lot of the so that's Ontario Student Application Process or no assistance process program, assistance program. But some of that OSAP will be loans, and some of it will be bursaries or grants. Um, so I just signed my oldest up for that, but I can't go further with that application until January because it's only doing for the fall term. I think December is when you could for January. Like she's not going to be graduating until June. So my friend who did do OSAP, she went back to school part time and she got OSAP. She got OSAP for one term for $6,000 because she's also supporting her family. $6,000 or $7,000. Of that $7,000, 4 of it, 4 or 5, she doesn't have to pay back. So it's grants. So that's good. So she has to pay 2. When my kids don't like veggies or something, and then turn them to powder. Well, I blend them. I put them in my Vitamix, and I blend it in sauces and stuff. I do that all the time. Broccoli and lemons have a lot more vitamin C in them than oranges. Okay. Well, she likes lemons and broccoli. So I have to do that myself. See, I hate mushrooms. My husband likes mushrooms. I will do a mushroom soup in something like a casserole, but yeah, we're not big. My husband likes mushrooms. Yeah, well, so this is the thing. All the vegetables that my family doesn't like, like the squashes and eggplant and stuff like that, I buy that and I chop them up in my blender in the sauces. Like every spaghetti sauce, every soup has blended vegetables that my family doesn't like. And they know they're in there because I tell them, because they're like, I know there's carrots, because Abby doesn't like carrots. She used to like carrots. She overate carrots when she was in like grade 4. Like somebody had told her carrots were good for eyesight and stuff like that. So she like overate them, like, lunch, supper, like, grab them a snack to the point that she was turning orange. And now she won't touch carrots. Now I still chop them up into soups and stuff, and she's fine with them in soup, but as a vegetable, she won't eat it. All grains and most vegetables, my kids. So my kids will eat. They used to like green beans when they were babies and toddlers, but they won't eat. Only beans that they like now are like chili beans, like so kidney beans, black beans, chickpeas, um, all those beans they like. They don't like green or yellow beans, the vegetable. They're weird. They like broccoli. They like cauliflower. They like beets, pickled beets. They like potatoes. They like corn. They like peas. They like baby corn. They like edamame. So they like that. As again, the beans, the big bean. I mean, loves mushrooms, and I'm the oddball a whole bunch. So, oh yeah, same. I just put. I don't even grate it because even with when I grate it, um, I do the um, I blend it because grating you could still see the shreds. Now my family does like zucchini, my chocolate zucchini muffins, because you can't taste the zucchini in them, so they love that. And I made these zucchini cookies um, that were really good a couple years ago. They liked that. Oh, actually, Abby does like the Indian pickled carrots, so I could possibly do that too. Oh yeah, corn on the cob, canned corn. My husband likes creamed corn. I buy a can or two for the cupboard because I'm like, ugh. The only time I've ever used cream corn was in shepherd's pie, and I hate shepherd's pie because I ate too much of that as a kid because my mom couldn't cook. We ate shepherd's pie, meatloaf, crappy meatloaf, like dry meatloaf, and hamburgers, fries, and gravy. That was the only one that's really good. And then she made like either a roast chicken or a roast beef that cooked forever, and it was so dry and burnt. It was unbelievable. My mom was not a good cook. I that's why I started teaching myself when I was like 7, because that's when we also first got our first microwave. Must not detect it. If my tongue detects mushrooms, I turn it into a, a picker used to make tons when I had a garden. Yes, so this is the thing. I don't grow zucchini because I have like 2 community garden boxes and they would just overflow. I do grow tomatoes and stuff like that. And my garden in the back really, it's too shaded for zucchini. I love it when other people grow zucchini and then they have an abundance and I get some. I hate buying zucchini. It gets so expensive, but I do. I still have pumpkin from last year canned downstairs and sweet potatoes that I'm hoping to put in for soups this fall. And like she likes the cream soup, so she likes like cream of squash, like a butternut squash carrot, like especially if it's a curried one. I have one really good butternut squash carrot ginger soup. It's on my Pinterest. It's really good. Abby loves it. Rowan doesn't like soup, and she doesn't like squash. Hubby will eat it. I like it. I love it. So, as long as I can get like one or two people to eat this, I can't get everybody happy at the same time, except for my Bahamian baked mac and cheese, which is for tonight's supper. Apple cider helps to release iron from vitamins. Okay. Okay, I will put that in my note here, too. Apple cider vinegar. No, TF. Now that I never knew TFS. What's TFS? You need anything that grows. What's TFS? Teasers, pleasers. Excuse me. Use with broccoli and carrot with bacon bits. I do a Bahamian mac and cheese. So I cook up I have a recipe video in my I think cook with Jenn and Kanata playlist. I cook up pasta. I use leftover ham. I make a cheese sauce. I put it all together. I put hot sauce in the cheese sauce. I put more cheese on top. I could. I've done it before when my kids were small, trying to hide carrots in it. I've done that before. I could possibly do that too to get more vitamins. But they have to. Thanks for sharing. Okay, thanks. Because I'm awful with acronyms. Yeah, we have apple cider vinegar here too. I'm awful with acronyms. Sometimes I have to Google them a lot. And same with nicknames for things. So like since my kids are teenagers, right? Um, on a fairly regular basis, I talk with them about stuff that other teenagers might be getting into or they might get into or whatever, like drugs and alcohol and stuff. And I share with them either experiences from my parents and stuff like that or when I was a kid and all that stuff and nicknames so that they're at least informed. So they're not going to go and participate in a conversation when the conversation could be using nicknames of like different drugs and stuff like that. So they'll know what they're talking about versus being as naive as I was as a kid. So, and since they're teenagers, there's been a lot of like mental health issues, not necessarily with my kids, but with their peers and stuff like that. That, I mean, yes, my kids have some more of anxiety and stuff like that, but their kind of heads are kind of screwed on straight because um, we try and talk with our kids. My youngest will talk with me. My oldest will talk to daddy. She doesn't like talking to me. Yellow food with green, orange, and red. Yes. I have to ask my kids. Oh yeah, the slang. Well, that's the thing is, well, my kids' high school, like e-cigarettes and all that stuff and drugs. Like my oldest knows that there's a whole bunch of drug dealers and stuff like that, or people who take drugs, or she knows who to go to if she needed drugs. I'm like, well, do you ever go there? No, I don't. But it's she doesn't part. They're not part of her friends. But she knows of people doing it and stuff like that. Long before it became legal. And same with like just regular smoking and all that stuff, or people who party, like people who've been partying in high school since like grade 9. My kids don't go to parties. My oldest has gone to a couple to her friend's place for a party, and it was a guy girl thing, but they were playing video games and Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, there was no drinking involved because I know the parents, right? And um, now one of her friends does drink, but and his parents know this, and it's okay with them. I don't know. Different rules, different parents, different houses, right? And so she knows that, but he doesn't drive, so it's not an issue. But teenagers these days have to deal with so much stress and so much anxiety and so much peer pressure for everything, and then they can't even escape it because it's all online too, right? Like when I was a kid, if you had a bully at school that you didn't like, you could just, when you left school, you did not have to participate with them. You didn't have to interact with them. If they were in a club or something, you didn't have to go to that club. You're on the internet. They could be stalking you. They could be commenting on your videos or making another account and commenting or so. There's just so much negativity out there that I don't know. I wouldn't want to be necessarily a teenager in this day and age. There's just so much also different expectations. Like when I was a kid, like you dated for a bit, and that like there was definitely not sex on the first date or anything like that. Now they don't even date first. Like it's kind of like recreational, and it's not even dating. I don't know. Too confusing. With parents and married, hold back bullying from kids and teachers. I had to pull my kids. Yeah. Well, exactly. Like all I can say is knock on wood. I'm gonna knock on the table. Knock on the wood. um, my kids are not necessarily interested in dating. I think they both have gone on a date, but with friends. Very, very PG, you know, and they're not really interested in date because boys are stupid, and the ones that they know at their school, like they're not interested in them at all. Uh, Now my oldest has had friends who have been dating for a while or dating different people, and sometimes she feels left out because there's always pairs and stuff like that. But um, I said, "Well, are you interested or anything?" Because I mean, she's welcome to date. Like there was one this summer. There was one that had asked her out. And she said she would date him, but then he got all like he lived far away, and when they were going to plan to go out and meet at the mall or whatever, he got all like possessive and like saying that she was the love of his life. I'm like, you saw each other on Canada Day. You were with your parents, and she was with her parents, and you haven't even like hanged out at all. And you're posting pictures, going, like those memes and stuff. Like, I found the one. I'm like, okay, you better watch this guy because I think he's getting a little bit too possessive, and he hasn't even dated you, gone on a date yet. So, and then that stopped before it started. So, because she's like, yeah, I don't want that type of like obsession, And I'm like, yeah, lots. Trick or treat now. Well, the kids still do. So my youngest is going trick or treating. Probably that's the plan. And my oldest last year didn't go trick or treating. She went over to a friend's place. Last year she didn't go trick or treating, but she went to a friend's place, um, in her costume, and they had a Halloween type party. No drinking or anything like that. They just wore costumes and watched scary movies. So, yes, things have changed a lot. Like I have friends right now who have kids in college and university, and they didn't really date much in high school. But in college and university, it's just about hooking up. Like when I was in college and university, like you dated for a bit. I mean, yes, but there was not, and people don't want to have a relationship. Like they just want to hook up. And I'm like, no, I don't want. you don't want that. You know. And even in high school, like, there has been some things that have gone on, not necessarily at school, but that my kids have told me about, either at school or friends of theirs from other schools or whatever, of things that go on. And it's like, it's not even a relationship. It's just, I don't know, entertainment. Oh, I'm 43, and I've always lived in the Ottawa area. I mean, I was born in the Bahamas, but I moved here when I was a baby, like 6 weeks or 6 months, one of those. I can't remember. I'd have to go look at my citizenship forms, but I'd have to get renewed again, like, have my citizenship card, but I don't know where it is. I'd have to get another one. Like, I'm in the modern version of the dating game. Well, yeah, I have friends who, like, so this is the thing. I have friends who have recently, in the past 5 years, a lot of my very close friends, their relationships have gone downhill and they've gotten divorces. Um, and they're now in the dating game again. A couple of them have found um, new relationships and have gotten engaged, or, you know, whatever. A couple of them are still in the dating game, and it's like, it's when you're over, well, when you're 20, it's not great. When you're over 20, when you're over 30, you're the pool of people is like, well, the ones that aren't married and don't have kids, there's a reason why they're not married and don't have kids. And then the ones that are married, have kids, have other responsibilities, and they have different, depending on if they're a great dad or not a great dad, there's a whole bunch of other things to get involved. Just kids was in love 5 times a week. So this is the thing. When I was a kid, when all my friends were all like, I said to my kids, I'm like, high school dating is not usually going to last. Like, I told my youngest has gone on dates, had a boyfriend for a while, but was long distance. They saw each other at, like, camp, and that was like, or the weekend camps and stuff, and it was very supervised, like, like helicopter parent supervised. But there was nothing. I'm like, but they talked all the time. That was a long time relationship, but there was no dating, So it was just, and I said, just letting you know that your high school relationships that you have, and, chances of them lasting to the end of time and getting married are slim to none. Very few people marry their high school sweethearts. Just letting you know, so you don't know that the possibility of your heart being broken is high. Like, I'm trying to be a realist with them, right? And that happened. I don't want to be clingy boyfriend, just lazy hubby was the last thing I wanted. Exactly. Even with married folk have oh my goodness. Yes. So when my parents were like, so in the 80s and the 70s and 80s, there were swinging clubs back then. There's always been swinger clubs. That's kind of the thing. My generation, I don't know anybody that has. One of my friends, there was a meetup thingy online, and she was reading the thing, and it was like a just an adult meetup, like a get together. But then in the subcontext, she went there, and there was more like a swingers club. It's like, no, not involved, not. But yeah, 4 or 5 weddings I went to ended in divorce. Yes. Well, this is the thing, is that people aren't putting the effort into relationship, because this is the thing, in relationships, it's for good and bad. And when bad things happen to a relationship or to a family, like, finances or whatever, it will either make you or break you. And same with me. So same with thing. If you have a child with special needs or anything, that is the major cause of many divorces, major relationships going downhill. Um, it will either make it or break you. You know, any type of financial issue, make it or break you. When you get all these different things, and people just don't put the effort in. And when things go bad, you have to make that decision of, you, are you willing to put the effort? If you're not willing to put the effort in, why should I put the effort in? You know. My oldest one's 17 and a half, so she's going to be 18 in April. My youngest is going to be 16 in December. They're a year apart in school, but Abby is taking some spares because she's doing the academic stream and doing stuff in Braille. Um, the academic stream goes much faster for work to be handed in, so she needs the extra class time to do the work because it takes longer to do stuff in Braille and hand things in. I hated my I hated my last date. She was always on the phone looking at it. Yes, so that's the thing, is that there's also the phone too. It's a rich people thing now. Same as Geisha's Collingwood's sister city. Ah. Yes. Well, you have to. So this is the thing. Um, as I've tried to tell my kids, you have to find somebody that you're interested in. That make so looks are one thing, but looks will fade. Okay. Just because they're pretty and hot when they're 20 or 15 or whatever doesn't mean they're going to look that way in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. What you need to find, somebody who has a good work ethic, who has their head screwed on straight, who understands, like, you actually have to put the work into something. Also, that can make you laugh. Making somebody laugh and thinking about the other person versus thinking about yourself is way more important than looks and a six pack. You're in a coffee shop. In 20 years, and I've been single, not into the creepy meat market there. Yeah, so this is the thing, is also when you hit a certain age, sometimes going out there, putting yourself out there, like the ones that are out there that are single, they're single for a reason. you know, because they were in a relationship, or or they have baggage of something. Some are single just because they just haven't had the time or energy to put into, like for example, if you look at like Big Bang Theory and Sheldon and Amy, right? They were both really smart people and stuff. They were single, but they were in their 30s. Well, they didn't really have, they had their own baggage too, but they were just like, didn't have the time to date, you know? Oh my God, I called you. um, but I have a few friends. Well, two are now in relationships, so they found somebody, so that's good. One that's still single, but she has a lot of kids, and she has not always had the best choice in partners, so she's kind of staying single. And right now, it's just too much work to try and figure out babysitters and all that stuff. I mean, her oldest kids are able to babysit, but it's just not worth the effort. She says. I'm like, okay, fine. BBT. What's BBT? I have a girlfriend like that when we go out to the bars and enjoy my friend's band. Confiscate all cell phones, or they message you even when they are sitting right next to you. Yes, well, so I'm bad with that with my phone, but I found a way to communicate with my kids. So if I text them versus yelling at them to do something that they're supposed to be doing, they usually respond better than me yelling at them. Mom, I'm coming. So I just text them. But yes, I'm awful with that too. Yes, I love Big Bang. Oh, so Squirrel talking about TV shows. We just saw. Okay, we download the show, so I don't know what network or anything it's on. But the show called God Friended Me. Okay, it's hilarious. Okay, it's really funny and it's intriguing, and it's not a preachy kind of show. Like it's actually, the guy is like an atheist, and God friended him on Facebook or whatever. Like it's just kind of it's kind of a weird of how things are connected. But that was actually really good. Hubby and I watched 2 episodes last night. I go to church. He doesn't go to church, and he wanted to see the second episode. So that says something. I mean, he's spiritual in his own way, but he, in the past, has been burnt too many times by so-called Christians that have not been so kind. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? It's a Sheldon Bazinga. Oh yeah, I have a shirt. We love. So I keep on saying Abby is like Sheldon. A little bit toned down. She has a little bit more emotional IQ than Sheldon, but she really doesn't care about other people unless they're good. Yeah. Bit. What's BBT? Oh, Big Bang Theory. Okay, thank you. Date in a place in person. I don't want to have you. I'm in you. Talk to you at the same time. Well, exactly. I've done it with my kids, but not to my husband. While if we're on a date night, I don't take, I try not to take my phone out. Sometimes I do if it vibrates. And he's like, "You're on your phone. You're not paying attention to me." I'm like, "I'm sorry," but sometimes I get distracted. The youth now. Well, yeah, my daughter. So, but I'm also the same way. So she says, "Text me, don't call me." You know, okay. Well, she doesn't have a cell number person. Like she doesn't have a SIM card. She has a number that you can get, like a free cell phone number by using the Wi-Fi and stuff. This app, so you can't call. But I text her, but she'd rather text people than talk to them on the phone. She just texts them. So she's texting with her friends, and I'm like, why don't you talk to them on the phone? Even voice, like a video chat. Yeah, I'll survive a date. Yes. Oh, this coffee mug? This one's just falling apart. This one's from Greening Operations, the paint, Ecologization the operations. It's just falling apart. The paint, it's many years old. It's one of the free mugs my husband gets from work from going to conferences and stuff. Fires and stuff. Ooh, yes, that would see. That's the thing. When I was a kid, we would go like camping and or like hang out at the park or like you go on a date. You went out to the park and you just hung out, or you went to the mall and you hung out. You didn't have your phones to be distraction. Phone check messages, but continues to talk with your day. Hey Amanda, good morning. You have to listen to the beginning of the live stream. We were talking about Abby and being low iron and low hemoglobin. So, if you have any ideas or recipes, comment below with the recipes when the live stream's over, maybe, or message me. I'm so different. I turn my cell phone off. Hate being bothered like that. Well, see, I have to still keep my cell phone on when I'm away from home or away from my kids because stuff can happen. As this past week was a kind of thing of like if I didn't have my cell phone on me, I got called from the school like 3 times this week to pick up Abby because of her, well, as we find out later, of basically being low hemoglobin and almost passing out because it's so low. So we're talking about that last time. I'm not sure. Find some good stuff online. Yeah. Well, as I was going, I'm trying to. So, I think we eat fairly healthy. Like I try and make sure we follow all the 4 food groups. There's always lots of protein and greens and stuff like that. But I'm trying to find more iron-rich recipes because it's the combining of the things that help things. So as I was researching stuff, so that's why like last week when I was at the pharmacy, was that the pharmacy? the store, I picked up pumpkin seeds. Apparently, pumpkin seeds are really high in iron. So, in the kids' snacks this week, they have almonds and pumpkin seeds in a baggie. So that, like, just adding different things. And this week I'm going to be making chili, so there's going to be major beans. Um, she has lentil soup, which again is high in iron. Today for lunch, um, I made last Friday. Yeah, I will have a video of that up. I took video of it, but I just haven't glued it all together. But yeah, being tied to the phone. I love my freedom. Yes, I don't know if having a cell phone is good or bad, because I honestly think it's better, just because now I can get a hold of people in the moment if they answer the phone, or at least send the message while I'm remembering, versus forgetting about it and stuff, or going, oh, make, if plans change, calling somebody and saying, hey, are you available, we can hang out today, because whatever plan changed. Like today I was supposed to hang out with Angie, but she got called in to work, so I'm staying at home. So I decided to do a live stream. I'm going to hang out with her Thursday morning, if all things work out fine. But having a cell phone, my kids can get in contact me if they need me. They could text me or say, hey, Mom, can you help? Can you find this online for me for a research, find web page? I'll find, and I'll send it back to them. To help them with their homework or whatever, not me doing their homework, but helping them do the research part of it. Sometimes they have difficulty finding accurate, knowledgeable places versus, somebody's website. Connected is a double-edged. Yes, it's double-edged sword. So, but then also with me, I have people who call me. If I don't know your phone number, if you're not on my contact list, I'm not. Chances of me answering the phone is going to be slim to none, unless I'm expecting a call from a doctor, um, or a clinic or something like that. So leave a message. If I know your number, the chance of me answering the phone, if I'm in a meeting or something like that, I can't answer. I will ignore it and call you back. At least I know that you called. But if you text me, I will respond to that, usually fairly soon, unless I don't see it, or like I'm asleep or something like that. My phone, it's off for 10 minutes straight. Cell phone for YouTube. I couldn't afford a computer. Well, this is the thing: is that internet, cell phone plans, depending on who you're with and where you live, are cheaper than computer. Like we don't have cable. We have internet at home. We have it through Acanac, ACANAC. They have the cheapest. You can get unlimited internet for $29 a month, or 32, I think, dollars a month is the cheapest one. And then it can go up, because it's not as fast, but it can go up to, I think, 60 or 70. But that's not too bad, depending on what you're using it for. But Acanac has it through Bell, which is DSL, and it's high speed. But that's who we have. And we started off with the cheap one, and then we moved up to fiber optic ones. Get a text. But after you already met them. Yes. So just coming in. I'm the same. I let them leave a message. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture. You're my my foodie nutrition person. Um, Help me find major high iron foods or recipes to try for Abby. She's low hemoglobin and low iron, so we are trying some powdered supplement. That's what we're using right now. Of iron. She's, at least this time we don't get admitted to the hospital. Yay! So How's the food forest doing? Do you have any pumpkins? I'm gonna take you to come get some coffee. Ah, sorry. Because my coffee's empty. Greens and more greens. Yes, we have pumpkins. Yes. Feel free to share with me any recipes to hide the greens. My kid will eat the greens if she can't tell they're in there. Usually I throw them in sauces and soups. So, oh yes. I think I have every cupboard open. Like, look at the... I am so bad at closing cupboards. But I usually use it for making pesto. I use half kale, half basil. But now that my basil is pretty much done in my garden, because it's 0 degrees this morning. It was with a high of 6 degrees Celsius. I'm like, ah. Well, bye, teasers, pleasers. Thanks for popping by. Feel free to check me out later in my videos. And hope to see you the next time I'll be live again. Wednesday, I think. Wednesday's next time I'm free. Oh, it's Thursday. Mass taste with fruits, milk, and such. Okay. Yeah, I could put him, I guess, in a smoothie. I've done that before, but my oldest daughter won't drink it when there's green stuff in it because she can see it. Abby can't see, so I can hide more things for her. Arrgh. Put you back there. Oh, finish plugging you in. Chicken livers. Yeah, I don't think I can cook. I don't know if I could cook chicken livers or find them readily. My kids, well, they'll eat liverwurst, and I don't think they'll eat them. Um, plus 13 today. Ah, Sonny. Oh, soaking them overnight gets the iron out? Milk smoothie. Okay. I have almond milk. Like, in my cupboard right now, I have almond milk and I have some cashew milk. Iron, how have you been... Alex, how did it turn out for you, Irene? Oh, your kitty cat. You haven't. Is that you were talking about your kitty cat? Because I think last time I talked to you, um, I think your kitty cat was missing, had gone out. Buy some almonds. Okay, well I have almond. Well, so should I? Those would be the raw almonds, correct? Because I have some from Costco that I have that are salted, lightly salted with sea salt. That I have, and I have some raw sliced almonds. I did have some raw plain almonds. And he's being treated like a king. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a good bad thing. Yeah, I love cats. Oh, speaking of cats, so Princess was making noise last night. First, my husband thought was Sushi being in heat again because she makes noise when she's in heat. She's making noise. I'm like, no, that's a noise that she makes when she like finds a mouse or something like that. Doesn't happen that often, but she found a mouse. But then she freaking brought the stupid. Normally, it's she brings it like if she goes and kills it, and then she puts it like right here on the main floor by the front door. You know, so you know where it is. But she brought it up like she didn't quite kill it. She brought it upstairs in like at the doorway, and she was like, she had stunned it. A stupid thing. She couldn't like. I had to end up killing it with a curtain rod. I had like trying to hit it, and she kept on attacking it and grabbing it, but it wasn't. It kept on being stunned. So I killed a mouse yesterday. So now I have to figure out where the mouse came from. I'm guessing it might have came in from outside, from like the door being open or whatever. But we don't have any cracks or anything like that. And if it came by the dryer vent, my husband goes, check out the dryer vent. It would have come. Doesn't the dryer vent bring it into the dryer? I don't know. But that's the first time this fall. Last time was, I think, in the spring that we've had one. But yeah. I have to take off, set my own stream on top of the next hour. Okay, well, bye, CR. I will pop in later if you are still on. Thanks for coming by. I think he is in there. Oh yeah, you're like across the street from a senior's residence, aren't you? Iron Fire Horse. Soaked almonds are soup. Now, does it matter if they're raw or if they're roasted? Because old people seem to be the only people with a lot of compassion. It only brings them in and lets them go, and I have to catch fast and throw them outside. Well, see, my cat's not. So my cats aren't outdoor cats. So Princess is the one that's declawed. The other one's not declawed. Sushi had no interest in. Like I swear, don't cats like speak the same language? So I'm hearing the cat, and I'm like, that's the sound that last time that when we did have a mouse, that's the sound that she had, and it was like this like, and like and she was moving fast. Like first, so I went to the washroom. I'm like hearing this noise, and she was like on the main floor here. And I shined the light of my phone, like the flashlight, and then she just like ran away. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? So then I went to the washroom. This is at freaking 2:30 in the morning, and then she brought it up. Then she came upstairs, and I'm making sure my flashlight that she didn't have something in her mouth. She came and meowed at me and climbed on me and petted me and stuff. And then she went and found the mouse. I'm like, seriously, kill the freaking thing. Don't bring it to me. Okay. See, I've never made my own almond milk, but I know you soak them and then you blend them and you can make your own almond milk. I've just bought it, but I've contemplated of making my own. I'm like a goalie trying to stop them from going through doorways to the upstairs or basement. See, I'm like I have issues, fears with bugs or rodents. So, um, I just told I told you I'm like, well, are you good? I said, yeah, you better love me. You better not get rid of me, because what are you gonna do if I'm never here? Because he can't see the freaking mouse. Live traps work good. Yeah, but I don't know if I could be able to release. So few years ago, like 5 years ago, we had some in the garage, and I couldn't. The mice that I didn't use poison or anything like that, but I used the sticky traps because I could grab that and throw that out. But I don't know the. Wish I had it on video, but it would be crazy. Oh yeah, that would probably get like major watch time. That would give me like go viral, especially if you were playing like if you had a hockey stick. Yeah, I think we might have to get some traps because I don't know if there's any more in here. I don't think so, but it being fall and it's getting cold, the chances of them coming in are high. That's the next thing I'll look for. Live traps. Let's go Google that. Live. But see, how do you release them? And they're only itty bitty. Like they're only like like the field like they're like this big. Everything. There's tons of them outside, but I can't kill them. I'm like, okay, nobody else is. So that's the thing is, so I knew Abby was gonna start freaking out. So I closed her bedroom door, so I couldn't get it. I couldn't close Rowan's door because she had too much crap in front of her door. I closed my bedroom door because it got in, and she was just like the cat was stopping it. Like it kept on like catching and like letting go, like trying to stun it. I don't know if she didn't bite hard enough or whatever. I'm like, cat, like kill the darn thing. Don't keep on playing with it. Sliding across the floor. Yeah, that I'd pay money to see that. That would be funny. But like in my garage, I got one of those noise thingies. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. Can contort their bodies so getting into the house is easy. Well, don't tell me that. I want to know how to get rid of them. Yeah. No, they're not. Mice are not friends. Not in the house. They can be friends outside. I don't care if they're outside. In my house, the only things in my house that are alive are people and cats. Anything else, they're bound to get killed. Sorry, I will release ladybugs outside. If it's a wasp comes in, a bee comes in, bug, mosquito, they're dead. Just brings them in and gently and lets them go and lays there like a proud lion. It's like, yeah, no, kill the freak. Like I don't want to use poison or anything. Like I mean, I don't want to, because I've heard that, um, like I saw somebody post owl that that died because it ate mice that were poisoned. You know, the coolest thing. They got into my engine of my car once. Luckily, they just ate a rubber protective coat. Yeah, no. Well, that's what it's like. You know, my kids had actually an Abby's science class last year. No, 2 years ago in the green industries class. They had rats, like, and they're big things. They were pet rats. They were doing like experiments of like mazes and stuff like that. Um, and I'm like, yeah, where are you taking them? Because they were asking for people to take them home during Christmas and March break and stuff. I'm like, they ain't coming here. Nope. My cats would eat them probably. Come in by themselves. They like the outside. Name Muggy. Mug is over 20 years old. Ah. Yep, my cats Princess is 14. Sushi's about 8 or 9. I have to go and think. Yeah, my last two cats, Smokey was 20. No, Smokey was 19, 20, and Patches was 21. Or 20 and 19, I can't remember now. My brain went I'm like, they, and Kirkland cat food, Costco dry cat food is what they ate all the time. Oh, my A6 Suburban went down with from rodents in my wires. The mechanic was him jump. Stored in a barn before I bought it. Ouch. Oh, halfway gone. Yeah, so I think the mouse that was in here, it was stunned because it was not moving so quick, but I'm like, Princess, finish the job. Like, snap its neck. Or maybe I woke up before she was done killing it. I don't know. Like, I was just like, I can't sleep, and then I had a really hard time going to sleep. Half dead thing. Take them outside, say, put a prayer in place, put a statue, or. Yeah, no, I did not. I did not do that. I I hit it until it stopped moving because I'm scared of crap like that. But I'm the only one brave enough to go and deal with it. And then I came down here, so I came down here to get my claw to grab it because I'm like, I don't want to grab my hands because I'm like, just in case it's still kind of moving. Grab my claw. I came down here. Then Princess decided to grab the dead mouse and bring it back down here. I'm like, oh, stupid cat! Why couldn't you do this before? Some of the mice over the years have been huge, and I often wonder what the fight because they were big and are so cute. Well, so the little mouse, yes, it's kind of cute, but not in my house. If it was outside, I don't care. If I was outside and the mouse came by, it would bother me. If I was camping and like one came into my tent, I'd kind of freak out and try to shake the mouse out. But in my house, I don't really want it in here. I know, and the chances if you see one, there might be more, blah blah blah, which just kind of like, I don't like. but they were itty bitty, like they're the size. So like we have cat toy mice. We have one that squeaks, which it looks like it. Let's see where it is. See if there's any cat toy. We have a little cut, but it was like that size. But we have one that's gray that actually squeaks. That freaks me out. So I'm like, ah! Oh no, it's just a toy. I think the kitties have enough cat toys. They still haven't. See, we keep on breaking them because they keep coming out. But, and stepping on their stupid toys. But they have different ones. Folks are showing up. Peace and love, everyone. Bye, Howie. Great seeing you. Thanks for coming by. Not a rodent. Yes. You gonna play with the ball? Here, Sushi. You don't even know what to do with it. You're so stupid. I think it was shrewd. A shrew? Is that a type of rodent? Have a great day, Howie. One in kids' book called Bully Shrew. He kind of looked like that thing. Okay. So so I got her to school today. She's basically slept or rested the whole weekend. She did do some homework to catch up. Her hemoglobin and iron are low. So far, the tests that have come back have all been normal. So there's still a couple that still coming back on the blood tests, but like they tested for her thyroid, they tested for like type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes. They tested for other things like B12 and D and um, other vitamins and stuff like that. They were all in normal range. So uh, uh, we have no idea of the cause because this is the third time that's happened in like 4 years, 5 years, let's say. This time we caught it fairly early, so we did not have to get admitted to the hospital. So that's the good thing. Um, Other than that, she's been lethargic and stuff like that. I mean, she's had a few extra symptoms that she hasn't presented before. So there was like chills, as well as because she's always warm bodied like I am, right? But there was like chills and more headachy, and like achy. So wondering if it's like more than just iron, a low iron, that maybe she's fighting something else as well. The doctor checked her out for like if she had a cold or anything like that with it, and she doesn't. She's healthy otherwise, but I'm very cracking. I have a ton to do. It was nice having coffee with you all. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, I put a link to the Facebook page in my description of this of most of my live feeds, as well as most of my videos. Or recently, there's a link of like my Pinterest, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook page. So yeah, you can contact me through there, or I think there's also a way to message me on here too. I sometimes have found, I don't know if that they've disabled that or not. So yeah, here's my Facebook pages in the description here. I'll cut and paste. Control C. Do 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 do. I don't think that worked. There. There's my link. Do, do. That's my Facebook page. I think you can message me through there. So how have you been doing, Arrow? You got new sofas. Cool. So are you living on your own or are you still living with your parents? Hee You're going in the whole bin of toys. You just made a mess. Silly Sushi went and dug her head and she's knocked out 8 toys, but she wants a specific one in there. Hello, Sushi. Oh yeah, that's the one that's so this one looks like a real mouse. And if you tap it, it squeaks. But that's bigger than the mouse that we found. You live with your mom. You dug through it to find it. A long story about my mom and my dad. Because your dad's still in Italy? Because you're in Germany, right? You're Italian in Germany. Did I get that right? No, you're in Macedonia, right? See, I remembered. It only took me a little bit. Well, if you want to share your story, you can feel free. My dad's afraid for my mom, and now he has someone else, so I have a stepmom. Okay. Sounds like my family situation. When I was a kid, my parents split up when I was small. My dad kept on coming back and forth because my mom kept on taking him back, and then they broke up and stuff. And then finally, they got divorced, and my dad remarried to my stepmom. So, um, and when I was a kid, I didn't like her because my dad, uh, well, she took time away from my dad, and my dad was just starting to be good when he met her, versus being an ass. So it took a long time until I was basically an adult to really kind of accept her, and that. But now it's like, well, it wasn't all her fault, Like she did the best she could, and I was not an easy teenager. I was not a huge bad teenager. Like I didn't get, arrested or anything like that, but I was not a great um, teenager. I live in a Muslim family, but I'm an atheist and I don't want to tell them. Ah, well, um, that could be difficult. So, for example, my family, I'm a Christian. My husband's not. Um, he has read the Bible. He's more of a kind of pagan or a spiritual, like mother type of earth type thing. He's read in that, but he's been burnt by people who claim to be Christians in the past. So, but he has no problem me taking the kids to church. I go to a Christian Reformed church because it was the nicest one that I liked. The people there, like I had a few friends that went there. Not that I'm Dutch, but a lot of them are Dutch. So it was very family oriented and accepted us for who we are. Didn't kind of try and change us or anything like that. I don't, my kids did believe. I don't know if they necessarily do now. I just barely, if I can bring them to church, do they sit through the service? No, they go downstairs. I'm hoping osmosis or whatever and stuff like that. But they, uh, my youngest doesn't, I don't know, I don't think she's necessarily an atheist. I think it's more of agnostic. That there's something, but she doesn't really believe as being as powerful. So, I've told her it doesn't matter what she is, as long as she's not a Satanist. I don't, that's the only thing. Because then she had a big huge question. What if she always uses her sister? She goes, what if Rowan was dating a boy and he was Muslim, and she wanted to convert to Muslim? I'm like, okay, well then she can convert. Doesn't matter. As long as you believe in something. I mean, I might not necessarily agree. I might not. But I just don't believe in Satanism. That's the only one I just don't. I can't give. You could believe in, like, I have a few friends who are atheists. I have one friend who's agnostic. She used to be atheist, and I think agnostic means that you believe there could be something out there, but you don't believe it's necessarily a higher power or whatever. So it's up to you, and through your life, and you being a teenager, I don't believe on anything including God. Yeah, so you being a teenager, you need to um, figure it out yourself. You know, you could have been believed. I don't know if you believed when you were younger that there was something. But yes, at some point, being a teenager, you sometimes fall away from whatever faith your family is, and then you become an adult and stuff like that, and things come into your life that at some point in your life there might be something that happens to you that you might believe that there might be something bigger than us. There might be some sort of plan, whatever that plan might be, whether it's Muslim God, Christian God, Jewish God, could be Buddha. I don't, could be just a spirituality of there's just a Mother Earth um, type of thing. I've been Muslim for a good 8 years. So, and I'm not one to really be a person of knowledge because I suck at memory. I just know that there's people, there's good things out there, and there's things that happen to people not for a reason, and the bad things that happen on this earth, and there's a lot more bad things that happen now than happened 20 years ago or 40 years ago and stuff like that. It just seems, or we're just more informed because of the internet, that we see more crap happening daily everywhere. That yes, there's evil out there. Like you have to believe that there's at least evil out there. People are not necessarily born evil, but evil is like bred into them, like raised. Like people aren't born racist. People are raised that, because when they're babies, you put two babies of different colors playing, they'll play with each other. They don't freaking care. You know, it's how they're raised, right? Um, and same with religion, whether they're raised one way or another. Um, but God, from my belief, you could take it for what it's worth. I believe God is there. He gives people the choice, and that's the thing, that you can choose to do the right thing or you can choose to do the wrong thing. He gives you the choice. He's always giving everybody choices, so, and over again. So even somebody who's doing the wrong thing or bad things that happen, there's always still an opportunity to do the right thing. And there might be like one really, really bad thing, one medium bad thing. There might be more than two choices. Um, and in any situation, I know that there has been in my life situation and people in my life that have either been put in my life for a certain time or a certain season, let's say, that have been there that help guide me a certain direction. And then we either grew apart or that, or there's been people that have influenced me of making different choices, whether they were good or bad or in between. I call that kind of like a God breeze for myself. Same with things like when I tend to do things on my own because of the way that I was raised or lack thereof. My parents both were alcoholics. They were both abusive when I was small. My mom, stopped drinking when I was younger. My dad stopped when I was like just becoming a teenager. Um, and then, but he was also very narcissistic, so he's always self-centered and stuff like that. My mom, the alcohol, you know, was more the problem, and that once she became sober, she was a much better person. But she didn't really know how to be a mother because my formative years, she was an alcoholic, right? Both my parents smoked. My stepmother smoked too. My mother, actually, my mother died of bone and breast cancer when I was 21. When she was 48, she smoked during that time. She smoked while she was getting chemo, which was hilarious, or ironic. She didn't have lung cancer, but yeah, it. So she was a much better person as she was sober. Um, but she um didn't know how to be a mom. Like she didn't know, so she more became like a best friend versus um versus a mom. So our relationship was more best friend than the mom daughter relationship or the leave it to beaver. I never had that relationship with my dad as a leave it to beaver family type thing. That was never it. Um, my dad's a whiskey addict. My sister tried to kill me. Yes, that can be difficult. The sister, blood sister, and do you live with the sister? I had a friend. I have a friend who, when she was younger, so she was like 5, and then when she had younger siblings. After that, like her mom had more kids. She always seemed to try and injure her younger siblings when she was like 7 or 8 or so because she was jealous of them. Because for the first 5 years of her life, she had both her parents' um, attention, and then the younger. So she didn't necessarily try and kill them, but she injured them. That she had to go get psych, um, child psychologist assessment and stuff like that because that behavior is not normal. But yeah, no. So my family history, alcoholism. My dad was into drugs, not really heavy stuff, but that was not helpful. More drinking than drugs. There was abuse, a bit verbal, physical, a bit, not sexual, emotional, definitely. So even when my dad sobered, there was still verbal and emotional. Um, my mom, not so much that. Like when she got sober, that went away. Like she got help. My dad supposedly got help, but didn't really help. He was also, I think, a narcissistic person to begin with. So, um, my sister hasn't gone in but I believe she is insane. Well, there's mental health issues, and I thoroughly believe that getting them checked out really does help. Um, but the thing is, like, if your parents don't know about it, they can't go and try and get her to get help. And if she is of an adult age, or a teen, like a late teenager, because you're 17, right? Um, if she's older, or that, they might not be able to force her unless she actually causes harm, and then you could, like the rules here in Canada. If someone injures you, you can press charges, and if they press charges and you say that they're mentally unstable and stuff, then they'll get brought to the hospital, which will get a psychological assessment to see what their mental state is. Okay, you're 15. Okay, I thought you were 17. Close. Like, yeah. So you should be telling somebody about this if she ever does, if she hurts you, or tries to, and get them to and press charges to get her assessed by a hospital. Because I'm sure the rules are pretty much the same in most countries, except I guess third world countries. But I don't think that Macedonia is a third world country. I think it's either a first or second. Or, hey Google, what type of country is Macedonia? Is it a third world country?
Here's a summary from the website CNN.com. Macedonia is a small mountainous, landlocked country bordering Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Kosovo, and Serbia.
Hey Google, is Macedonia a first world country?
According to Wikipedia, it became a member of the United Nations in 1993, but, as a result of an ongoing dispute with Greece over the use of the name, Macedonia, was admitted under the provisional description the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, a term that is also used by international organizations such as the European Union, the
So yeah, I think you guys are a first world country. Like you're not. So I think the rules in most countries, unless it's a communist country, even a communist country, there's some rules. I've told them, but Macedonia doesn't have. They don't have a psychological doctor at all. Hey Google, does Macedonia have psychological doctors?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
Hey Google, does Macedonia have psychologists?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
Apparently Google doesn't know how to sound. It it's poor. Yeah, okay. But that's the thing, is that you're surrounded by other countries that aren't as poor. That there is opportunities to get help where I am, at least. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, well, so this is the thing. If they're poor, that they can't get help medically, then if she tries to hurt you, you have to press charges, because I'm sure you have jails. Because nobody should be injured. And I don't know if you guys have child protective services or Children's Aid Society or something like that, some sort of protection for children, that you might be covered under that as well. Not because your parents are doing anything wrong, just because your sister is. Does your sister live at home? Because your parents could kick her out. Like, I mean, she's old enough. I really feel for you. Well, I know how it is living in an abusive situation. My dad was abusive. He used to try and hit me. Actually, until he more verbal and that. But he tried to hit me when I was a teenager, and I went and hit him back. You know, when I was small, I couldn't hit him back, but when I was a teenager, I did. I'm way bigger. Hey, Amanda. Well, I don't think you necessarily have to be bigger. You have to just, if the look for self defense. I know, like from your pictures and your video, you're a skinny guy. If you look at self defense for women, there's ways that women can overpower a larger opponent, like a man or whatever. There's ways that you can do that yourself. I would look and watch videos, read books or whatever of self-defense, and or if you have like karate or taekwondo, learn some moves. Um, that might be helpful. I'm 5'11", and my sister has gotten smaller and weaker. She's now 5'9". Well, no, like just you're thin. You're not okay. Sorry, you're thin. You're not fat. You're not bulky. Like you're not the Hulk. 80 kilograms. Hey Google, how much is 80 kilograms?
80 kilograms equal 80,000 grams.
Hey Google, how much is 80 kilograms in pounds?
80 kilograms equal 176.37 pounds.
Hey Google, repeat.
I said, 80 kilograms equal 176.37 pounds.
Yeah, so you're average guy. Weight, height, I think. I mean, I was like, okay, I see my kids at high school. The guys there are like, they're tall, thin, like basketball players. Like the difference between a basketball player and a football player. Size wise, like their football player tends to be more bulky. I'm too tall for 50 years. No, there's no such thing as too tall. I go over to my kids' school. Okay, the grade sevens and eights. The grade sevens, most of them are shorter than me. The grade eights, half of them are shorter than me. But once you hit high school, grade 9, there's only like a handful of them that are my height or a little bit shorter. My daughter's grades, I'm like my Abby, she is just a little bit shorter than me. Rowan's been taller than me since she was 14. So, um, uh, I'm reporting this guy. He keeps some posts. I don't know. But boys start to grow 14, 15. You could be just, you know, overpowering your sister just by the threat of your height. Thank you. Me too. What the hell? Okay, I hidden him. I can't seem to remove him. Is that yeah? I reported him too, but I don't know how to boot them. So Amanda, are you at work today? Excuse me. Oh, I just looked at the time. Rowan didn't come home for lunch. He's banned. Okay. See, I didn't have an option to ban him. I could hide him. I don't know. I couldn't figure out. This is why I need mods to be on here, because I don't know how to get rid of them so much. Excuse me. God, dry throat. Means he can never type. Okay. But apparently he's still in here. Watch, but you can't. He. Okay. Yeah, but there's ways of completely banning. I don't know how. Oh well. So are you in school? What time is it where you are? It must be the evening, I guess, if you're not in school right now, I guess. Yeah, that's weird. I thought we could ban them, but okay, 6. So it's almost. Is it your? Do you have supper around 6? Mm-hmm. We eat supper late usually here, so we eat supper usually around 7, just because my husband usually doesn't get home until 6:30. Um, but same on the weekends. Like we don't. We tend to eat like twice a day, just because my family likes to sleep in, so we have brunch, whatever that would be, and then we eat 6 or 7. Today we have to vote for municipal elections, and that closes at 8. So my husband will come home. I will meet him, and we just go to the school across the street and vote, and then come home. So I'm gonna have supper ready for 6. Oh, you unhidden him? Yeah. Well, there's still. So he's. Yeah. So Amanda, we couldn't ban him because I reported his things, and then I put him in timeout, and then I hit him, and um, but we couldn't ban him. I thought we could ban him before. I don't know. I don't know why I'm yawning. I think that's all you can do. Okay, I thought you could do something else. I don't know. Usually I just let you guys do it. I don't know. So what did you do this weekend, Amanda? I'm yawning again. I think it's because I was up at 3, and then a hard time going back to sleep, and then alarms woke up at 6:30, and then trying to get Abby out the door. Oh, yes, you were in the wedding. That's right. How did the wedding go? Did everything go as planned? I'm just going to be right back because I'm going to go to the washroom. I'm not taking you with me. Oh, silly cat toys. I forgot they're here. I'll be back. I'm back. Late and stuff was forgotten, but it was still good. Oh, what was forgotten at the wedding? What was forgotten at the wedding? Just random decor stuff, okay? So nothing important. It was like way late. How come it was way late? Oh, including the bride. Yeah, you can't start the wedding without the bride. As long as she was en route and she. We all did our own hair, which took forever. Ah. But probably cheaper. Okay, great. Doing my hair. It was 1920s theme. Ooh, that sounds cool. So were you all like little flappers with the tassels? Do you have any pictures? You gotta send them to me. I think that sounds very cool. So, Arrow, what are you having for supper tonight? And Amanda, what are you having for lunch? Speaking of lunch, it's noon here. I, I have no idea what I'm going to have. None at all. That's one thing I hate about being alone during the day is I really don't want to take the effort to do much for myself, food wise. I mean, I'll eat leftovers if there's leftovers, but I really don't want to. And eating out is not an option because there's nothing. If I wanted to walk anywhere to eat, it's 20-minute walk, and I'm like, I don't want to do that, and that's a waste of money. I mean, I could make a soup. Oh. I brought frozen mac and cheese to lunch. Well, I'm gonna make my Bahamian mac and cheese for supper tonight with the leftover ham. And we'll still have leftover ham, and so that ham will have made, I think, 5 or 6 meals. Didn't get home till midnight. Yikes! And you still went to work the next day. That's dedication. unless you don't have a lot of days off to do it. I'm cutting my nail. I have a nail. So my nails have some long, some short. I keep on breaking them. These ones I'm just, like, it's feeling weird. I have a couple of them long, and the rest of them are like super short. So I'm trimming them. So they're just feeling weird. And this one too. It's like, Oh yeah, what's also good for nails? My nails are quite thin and they bend a lot. They snap. I know gelatin. I should probably make jello. I've got jello. I think gelatin also has good iron. I should look at that. Squirrel. Oh, who's messaged me? Somebody messaged me. I'm just gonna trim my nails. Because they get soft and they bend. I don't like that. Except for my thumbnail. My thumbnails are always thicker. I don't know. Is your thumbnails thicker than the wrist? There we go. That's a bit better. We're all kind of the same. This one not so much yet. Today I want to make some muffins for the kids' lunches, so I can hide some chia seeds and flax seeds in them for a little bit extra fiber slash iron slash protein, whatever healthy. Because I have some bananas that are a bit getting too ripe. Plus, I have a whole bunch in the freezer that need to get used, but I'm going to use the ones that are getting too ripe so I can buy some new ones tomorrow. Have my life ahead of me as I'm in college for informatic, so I become a developer. You're already in college? You're only 15. How is that possible? See, here my daughter, who's 17, going to be, well, she'll be 18 next year, will be going to college. And my other daughter, who's going to be 16, will be going to university in 2 years, because she's going to take an extra year to make sure she gets all of her credits. Because you need to have 30 credits for high school. And you can get 8 per year. Well, you could get more, but typically you can get 8 per year. My oldest has gotten 8 each year. This year she's getting 7 because she's taking a spare this term, just because she didn't have anything that classes wise that were available 4th period that she wanted to take. So she has a spare, so she's using that for doing her homework and stuff. So that's good. My other daughter has a spare this term as well as one next term, so she's only taking 6 courses this year. So 6 plus 7, so that's 13. Plus she took 7. She's got 20, so next year she'll probably have 7 again. She'll have 27, and then she'll have she'll only need like 3 or whatever the following year. But so she'll probably do 6 or 7 the next 2 years. But she's also a December baby, so she's quite young. So here in Ontario, you can't drink until you're 19, but you can go over to Quebec, which is 40 minutes away, drive. Well, no, drive 20 minutes away without traffic. And its legal age is 18. But you can vote at 18, you can join the army at 18, you can buy cigarettes, and now pot, which is now legal, at 19. You could drive at 16, but now it's graduated licensing, so you have to have your G1 for a year or take the driver's ed course, which you can get your license within 8 months from that. Um, and that's about it. Oh, I think legally. Well, and you have to be in school until you're 16. If after that, you should be in school, but by law, you have to be in school till you're 16. Now, if you were homeschooled or whatever, you still have to report that you're homeschooled. But depending on the different cities and the different provinces, there's different rules of what you have to abide by. I know Quebec has the most rules. That a lot of people that are homeschooling in Quebec that I know have to basically do report cards like you have in public school, and they have to get the Ministry of Education comes and checks up on you or whatever. Now Ontario, I know it's lax because I know a few friends that are homeschool and some are doing unschooling, so they don't have to report anything other than saying that they're homeschooling their kids. But I don't know what they use for reporting or anything like that. But they don't have they just have to make a note saying they are homeschooling. But different provinces have different requirements. So, well, I think I should probably head off. It's been more than 2 hours, and I have to think of something to eat. Sure, that sounds great to email me a picture. Yeah, I think you're having finger dyslexia. Oh, that's awesome. Finger dyslexia. But yeah, I know what's going on there. Oh man, you made me laugh. That's what you need. There needs to be more laughter in the world. So, I'll let you go. I will. I won't be live tomorrow, but I will Wednesday afternoon. I believe I don't have any appointments Wednesday, so I'll be live Wednesday at 12 around this time, and maybe I'll grab lunch and eat that. So See you next time. Check out my videos. It's gonna be weird. I'll be having my menu plan from last week up today, as well as my menu plan for this week, probably up tomorrow. I've had computer issues last week. I had uh, headache computer issues, so I'll probably have the menu plan for this week up tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll have same with my grocery haul from the last time. I've actually at least sorted all the videos. Now I have to edit them and put them up. So there'll be a lot more videos coming up in this week, because I think I've got my computer fixed better a bit. Last week my computer, I don't know, my computer just wasn't like, it kept on crashing every time I tried to do it a video. It just would like, boop, I'm done, and I'm like, ah. Oh, the past one's super weird and blurry. Oh, because I was doing it. See, that one I was trying to do as a live stream, but without people popping in, and I was by my window in the in the kitchen, so I was as far away from the internet, the router, as I could get. Thanks for letting me know. It didn't look like that when I was uploading it, because I was trying to do it looking at me and then looking at the thing. So that's why I was trying to do it in one take. I apologize. Um, my video, I'll be having a video of making the pasta, like complete making of the pasta, um, coming up too, because I did the whole recipe, and that one should be a bit better. So, and it was more just showing it being the attachment being used. But it's an awesome attachment. I am so going to be making more pasta from scratch. I'm like, yay! So, I'm going to let you go. I've also got to call hubby back because he called apparently. But I didn't see the message. So, have a great day. Bye, friends. Bye, Amanda. Bye, Arrow. And whoever else is still in here. Hope to see you not tomorrow, but on Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll have videos up. I promise. Bye.